Being on the sideline is probably the biggest perk of the job. You've the best seat in the house, you're in the middle of the action. The role of the physio in the team is primarily player welfare. So on the road, you do a lot of assessing, diagnosing, treating. But then I suppose the other side of that is you're the one member of staff who gets a lot of one-on-one time with players. Quite often it can just be that safe space for players to chat and offer up anything they're struggling with.
She's a lot more than just a physio. I would say she's almost a bit of a mammy to some of the young boys, especially. Keeps us in check. It's almost not a bad thing to be in the physio room. We're very lucky to have her.
I think in a tournament week there can be a nice bit of pressure or stress in the lead up to competition. So it gives the players the opportunity to switch off, maybe shut off from that element of it for a short period.
We have retreating something, that all gets good, and I feel like I'm 100% again, go off, do my own thing for a couple of weeks or something, and I tend to miss her. So I decided to go do something else, so I'm back in the physio room getting treatment.
Brian's good, great fella. I see a lot of Brian, so I know him quite well. He gets a lot of weird and wonderful injuries, so he gets a bit of crack about that.
I'd like to say it's I was being hunted by a lion, that I'd gotten into battle and I only had one claw left, so that's why there's only one mark on the back of the leg.
Yeah, the boys are probably the best part of the job. They're a brilliant group, lots of fun. You get to know them quite well and they're just great crack. I suppose with sevens, it is incredibly fast and skillful. There's a huge element of dynamism to it. And I kind of think of the players as being a hybrid between rugby players and sprinters. And then you throw the contact and the trauma element into it and how they have to perform and back it up 3 times a day, maybe 6 times a weekend. So I suppose there's an element of resilience in it as well. I've been in rugby for probably the last 6-7 years, and I had the opportunity to cover a women's development team in Dubai in 2016. And it was my first taste of sevens, and I just fell in love with it. The atmosphere was insane, and I suppose sevens bring this kind of festival vibe to it. It's not just a game, it's the whole experience. So when the job came up, it was definitely an honour to do it.
Great Britain, who technically are an invitational side here, up against number 10 Ireland. Two sides, the players know each other well, and here they come.
So match day, a lot of the physio work is done at that point. You're probably just observing, and if anything happens, you get in and you try and help and fix. Generally I'm tracking and watching for that and trying not to watch the game.
And again it's spilled. Double tackle again, and a concern on a player there. Great refereeing. You can see the tackler, no malintentions, just get an awkward shot. Oh, that's great to see. On his feet.
For the big games, you do carry a sense of nerves, but it's probably on the excitement side rather than the other side of it. You are in it with them and you feel the highs as much as you feel the lows. But I think for me, that human connection and the emotion in sport is probably what attracts people to it.